Good afternoon and welcome to Icu Tv News. We look at the top stories making the headlines. Serenje Chieftaincy engages Ministry of Energy and Lusuwasi project. BRRA commends RTSA for landmark transport reforms. Court and Ndola's husband 20-year jail term for murder of Induna. In our sports news, Israel approves new assault on Gaza City. In sports news, ZESCO Ndola girls begin CAF News Champions League campaign. With the news in details, my name is Thelma. Serenje Chieftaincy engages Ministry of Energy on the Lusuwasi power project. The Serenje Chieftaincy of Central Province hosts the Lusuwasi power station held discussion with Minister Makozo Chitote and ZESCO board chairperson Vixton Ngumbe at the Ministry of Energy. The meeting refined government and ZESCO's commitments to driving sustainable development by ensuring projects improve the lives of local residents, contributes to national growth, and aligns with Zambia's development agenda. The Serenje Chieftaincy pledged its continued support for energy initiatives, with all parties agreeing to strengthen partnership for foster community development and national progress. Stakeholders further highlighted the importance of joint initiatives to engage local communities with energy projects, ensuring tangible benefits for residents while contributing to a long-term growth of Zambia's energy sector. BRRA commends RTSA for landmark transport reforms. The Business Regulatory Review Agency, BRRA, has praised the Road Transport and Safety Agency, RTSA, for rolling out key transport reforms aimed at improving service delivery. The BRRA Executive Director Sharon Chilongo said the initiatives reflect RTSA's commitment on streaming access to services, enhancing operation efficiency, and cutting compliance costs for motorists and businesses. She pointed to the universal licensing system as a notable reform as eased congestion and reduced administrative bottlenecks by spreading license renewals throughout the year. Ms. Chilongo also hailed the introduction of single-disc road certificate as a landmark development in Zambia's regulatory landscape, adding that the reforms aligns with BRRA and means to ensure an efficient, cost-effective, and accessible business licensing system. Court and jealous husband 20-year term for murder of Induna. A jealous husband is sentenced to 20 years in prison with hard labor for the murder of Induna Inete Manguela Akapelwa near Limulunga Palace. Wamunimo Lusuwasi ambushed the Induna on the night of March 18, 2024, shooting him as he parked his vehicle. He was arrested shortly afterwards with the firearm used in the attack. Lusuwasi faced one account of murder contrary to the penal code in court. He pleaded not guilty, claiming provocation. However, prosecutors presented 11 witnesses who testified to his jealous motive and premeditated actions. Justice Mbuzi rules that the defense of provocation does not apply, since Lusuwasi was under no immediate threat at the time of the killing. The court acknowledges his emotional state but upholds 20-year sentence with hard labor. The verdict sends a strong warning that revenge has no place under the law and that unlawful violence will be met with firm punishment. ECZ to hire 700 vehicles for mass voter registrations. The Electrical Commission of Zambia is set to hire 700 motors for use in the upcoming mass mobile voter registrations exercise. The Commission says funds have already been secured to support the procurement process. In an invasion of bids issued on August 20th, the Commission calls on interested and eligible firms to tender for the supply of the vehicles. The process is being conducted under open nation binding procedures guided by the Public Procurement Act of 2020 as amended in 2023 and 2022 procurement regulations. The Commission has also reserved 10% of vehicles for enterprises owned by women, youths, and persons with disabilities. We now take our first play. Coming up is international and sports news. Israel approves assault on Gaza City. ZESCO Ndola girls begin CAF Women's Champions League campaign.
The Information and Communications University is driving the thrill for the nation in research and development. Enroll now for full-time and distance programs in the School of Engineering, Humanities, Business and Education. To apply, visit our website at www.icuzambia.net or call us on +260 211 221 662 or 0966 342 359. Sponsorship is available. Enroll now.
Thank you for staying with us. In international news, Israel approves new assault on Gaza City. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says his cabinet has approved plans for a new assault on Gaza City, a move expected to displace hundreds of thousands of people. The Israeli military has already warned medical workers and aid agencies to prepare for the evacuation of the city's 1 million residents to shelters in the south. The United Nations has raised concern, saying intensified attack and relentless bombardments are causing high civilization casualties and widespread destruction. At the same time, Netanyahu says he will begin immediate talk on the release of hostages in Gaza after Hamas accepted a new ceasefire proposal from mediators. Meanwhile, UN-backed body is due to release updates on a famine condition in Gaza today. The IPC has previously warned that the worst-case scenario of famine is already unfolding. International journalists, including the BBC, remain barred by Israel from freely entering Gaza. We are still in international news. Ghana's Shatta Wale detained, granted bail. Popular Ghanaian musician Shatta Wale has been detained in investigation linked to his purchase of a luxurious car has now been granted bail. Authorities in Ghana says his yellow Lamborghini was seized earlier this month at the request of the United States, which alleged the vehicle is connected to the proceeds of a criminal enterprise. Ghana's Economic and Organized Crime Office says Wale voluntarily entered custody on Wednesday, where he was questioned over the car. His management has not addressed the U.S. allegations, saying instead that the artist was detained over tax obligation. We now take a short break. Stay tuned for sports news.
Did you know that mental health conditions are treatable and recovery is possible? Hi, I'm Ngenia Febamoyo. I'm your host on Let's Talk Mental Health. I invite you all to this show where you freely express yourself, and together we find a solution. For more details, you can contact 0777 93 73 92, and we'll be there to help you find solutions to whatever you're going through.
Welcome back. Now in our sports news. ZESCO Ndola Girls begins CAF Women's Champion League campaign. ZESCO Ndola Girls begin their CAF Women's Champion League qualifiers today in a clash against Namibia's Beauty FC. The match kicks off at 12 hours at Unjamola Stadium in Johannesburg, South Africa. ZESCO are Zambia's representative at the tournament and will be aiming for a strong start in their quest to reach their finals. Their opponents, Beauty FC, are also chasing an early advantage in qualifiers. The encounter marks the start of an exciting campaign for women's football in a region as top clubs battle for continental glory. That sports item brings us to the end of the lunchtime news, but before we go on a quick recap of the top stories making the headlines. Serenje Chieftaincy engages Ministry of Energy on Lusuwasi power project. BRRA commends RTSA for landmark transport reforms. Court ends jealous husband 20-year jail term for murder of Induna. In international news, Israel approves new assault on Gaza City. And in our sports news, ZESCO Ndola Girls begin CAF Women's Champions League campaign. Thank you for watching. For more news updates, do watch our main news at 20 hours.